Hello, hello, Chalkin History friends. It's Tuesday. Let's ink a t-shirt. Say hi as you hop on. What's everybody up to today? We're just going to keep playing with the Oh Hello Winter transfer like we did a couple days ago on the wood cutout, and I thought I wanted to do it on a shirt that I could wear in the wintertime. So I have my inks ready, I have some brushes, I already have my shirt on one of our ink mats, and our transfer is placed where I want it, and let's get started. I think I'm going to do the entire thing in Dune first to give us like a background color. It'll pull out that beigey color in the shirt, and then we're going to fill in like his nose and his scarf with a couple different colors just to bring out the colors that are in the shirt sleeve. So let's knead our ink. And I'm going to cut it from the bottom because I'm not sure we're going to need the whole packet or not. Let's see. Just cut that across. I usually cut it on the bottom versus the top so that I know still what color is in my ink packet in case I don't use the whole thing. So I'm going to go about midway. And we'll spread out the ink. Put that aside. Take a squeegee, and I'm going to do the entire design. You want to make sure you stay on the transfer, don't go off. This is a permanent ink. If it does get on the fabric where you don't want it, it does stain it if you don't tend to it. Otherwise, you can take it to the sink and rinse it off, or you can blot it with like a wet paper towel or a wet wipe. That sometimes works for me. All right, but we're going to do the original or the whole entire transfer first. I'm just going to go up to the snowman. I'm not going to do the snowflakes underneath. Just being really careful around that edge. If you don't trust yourself, you can always put some transfer tape around the edges. You can put some, any kind of like a masking tape, just to give you that little border for security. All right, let's get excess off. I'm gonna grab a tray so that we can put our excess on. Because what we'll do is once we fill in the details that we want to fill in with another color, we'll go back and do the dune again to bring back our outline details. All right. Getting all that excess off. And I'll probably wash the transfer in between. So that we can start off with a nice clean transfer. Okay, let's put this to the side. Put all this to the side. And let's take our transfer off. Okay. Did my R transfer okay? Let me grab a little more. I wasn't sure that was a nice crisp edge, so we're going to do that again. All right, so you can see our snowman there. All right, let's put this off to the side. Like I said, we're gonna wash that. So let's go ahead and do that first. That way that ink isn't sitting on the transfer. All right, let's bring that over and get that washed up. Just gonna squirt it with water, just like you do when you're washing it from paste. Wet. I feel like our inks clean up so much better than our paste. Alright, wipe that excess off. Wipe our surface down. Flip it over because you want to get the opposite side. You want to get the sticky side clean as well. Let's try another wipe. Squeeze out some of that excess water here. Wash this really good. Do the top side one more time. All right. Let's get a paper towel and get that moisture off of the transfer. And then you're going to remove the moisture from the adhesive side. And now we're going to put it to the side so it can dry while we fill in the details on the t-shirt. Let's bring back our shirt. Here we go. Still attached to our ink mat. And let's see, we have Cadet. So I think I'm going to make his scarf in Cadet. So I am going to just snip a little bit off that corner. Just a little snip here. Then let's get another tray. We're just going to put a little bit on. We do not need much at all. Okay. And people have been watering down their ink, so I'm just going to give it just a couple quick little squirts there. Get a brush. We don't want to put it on too heavy. We don't want it really soaking through our shirt. Let's get one more little squirt in there. If you need links to anything, there are links in the description of the video. I could provide a link to the sweatshirt or the shirt if you guys love the shirt. I love the shirts that I get. All right, let's begin painting this in. Now remember, you can go over where you inked the original design because we're going to re-ink it with the dune once we're all done. So don't be afraid to go over that part. You can avoid most of it. I'm just going to paint that scarf in. This is our Cadet. Just trying to bring out that blue in the shirt sleeve. anything, we'll do a second coat just to see if we can bring that blue, make it a little more prominent. Kind of the bottom of that scarf, because then you just get the little fringe at the bottom there. So I'm not going to go too much farther down. Maybe we don't need to do a second coat. It looks like it's drying pretty well. We will make sure this is nice and dry, and we'll heat set it in between too. So cute. All right, let's get his nose painted. Put this in a little thing of water next to me here. Let's get some orange peel. We don't have to use much at all. Just a little bit. That's all we need. All right, again, we'll give that a little squirt. Paint his nose in. I'm gonna add a little more ink. I might have added a little too much water there. That's a good layer on there. Put that in our water. I don't think we need that for anything else. And then I thought we would I would bring out our nominee ink and do his arm branches. I think that would be it. I'm just gonna take a little scoop out. Put it on my tray. Close that guy up. A little bit of water on there. All right, now we're going to fill in his branches here. Careful not to go outside that outline of his arms. Wherever you see like the shirt coming through, that's where you want to add the color. Even if it's lightly coming through, go ahead and color that in. And if you don't want to re-ink that part, you don't need to. Just a little bit more there. Okay, cute. All right, last arm. It's looking good so far. You really need a nice fine brush. We were given this set of brushes at Chalkin this summer. Everything online is now 25% off too. So make sure you're taking advantage of that. That ends October 29th. And you can join Club if you're not a Club member yet at 25% off. I don't think I've ever seen them do that before. So that's a nice little Halloween treat this month. All right. I think I want to fill in his buttons too. Just give him gold buttons instead of black buttons. There we go. All right, stick that in the water. I'm gonna get, let's see, a paper towel and wipe that tray off. Get all that ink out of there, or at least most of it before I can get to it. Okay, put that to the side. All right, now we're gonna dry it a little bit. So we're gonna get our quick dry tool and dry that so that we can put the transfer back on top and re-ink it. Bring back some of those details. Now this doesn't heat set it, you still need to heat set it, which we'll do after this. But we're going to get it dry somewhat. And then we'll re-ink the entire transfer again. The dune's not really coming through very bright. So I want to do a second layer on that. Very wet still. Still wet. Okay, we're almost there. It's pretty dry. All right, now I think instead of heat setting it at this point, we are going to re-ink it, because if I take it off the ink mat, then I gotta wrestle with it to get it back on. So we're gonna do it all at once. Let's line it back up. Should fall right into place. I think we're good down here. Okay, I think we're good. Lined up pretty well. All right, now we're gonna bring that Dune ink back over. And again, ink the entire thing. Look how much difference that makes on the lettering by doing a second coat, because you're applying a second layer on top of that dried layer. So it's sitting right on top versus soaking into the fabric. Work our way down. We need to squeeze some more out of that paste or the ink single. Let's grab that. All right, that might be too much. Avoid those snowflakes if you don't want those there. I think the snowflakes would be cute if you just kind of did some on the sides or top. I'm not going to do that today. We used them on our little wood cutout a couple days ago, which turned out really cute. All right, I think we're good. Check fingers for ink and then remove slowly so you can place it back down if you need to. What a difference that second coat makes. My gosh, how cute is he? So cute. All right, Now we can dry it again, and then we'll heat set it once it gets somewhat dry here. So darn cute. I think he's perfect for this shirt. Grab my heat press and get that started. Okay. A little bit more to go. That dew matches perfectly. I love it. Right. Okay, let's put this back. Let's see here. Okay, now we're going to remove the ink mat. Very sticky ink mat. Take that out. What I did too for this is I applied it to a piece of cardboard so that it would be easy for me to put it in a shirt and give it some more sturdiness to it. So we'll wash that off. All right, we're gonna get a soft, this is like a kitchen mat thing. One of those dryer mats that I'm gonna use as my pressing pillow, so I'm going to put that there. Take it off the hanger. Place it down. All right, and then we're going to put our Teflon sheet. You can use, you can use parchment paper. I have my heat press set at 305 for 60 seconds. So we'll probably do a couple of minutes here. I like to move it around because I don't want to burn my fabric. If you're using a regular iron, make sure you're moving it around and that you don't have it on the steam setting. Of course, if you have one of those professional t-shirt presses, that works too. do that one more minute. And then we can flip it over and do the opposite side. And then it will be all set to go. It will wash well, it will dry well, it won't wrinkle or stretch. It will be there for many, many, many wears and washes. And our transfer is reusable, so you can use it on other items or make multiple shirts, tea towels, whatever you imagine. All right, almost done. All right, let's put it back for a second here. Let's turn this the other way. We're just going to press it for 60 seconds on this side. What you want to do is you just want to make sure you're pressing on both sides of the design so that you're kind of making a heat sandwich, kind of. That way it heats it on the top side and from underneath. Just about done. Not that I want winter to come anytime soon, but I'll be ready. I'll have something cute to wear. All right, let's put this back in its carriage. This down here. All right, guys. Let's take this arm out. Oh, hello, Winter. So cute, you guys. Thank you so much for showing up today. I appreciate you. Have a good rest of your day, and I hope to see you